So here's a snippet. Thank you, BK Finance. I'm definitely going to be reading that shortly. Here is a snippet of Charlie Sheen and him talking on Good Morning America about what his life has been like and some interesting questions. And then I'm going to ask y'all some questions as a result of it.
You are very frank about your sex life.
Right.
From hiring sex workers.
Right.
You testified against Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss. You admitted you spent $53,000 for her services.
Well, that's what they knew of.
Yeah,
that's what they had on the book. So,
but do you think you were a sex addict?
I mean, sure, probably, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if to frame it like that, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you say sex went hand in hand with your drug use.
It did, yeah.
And wanting to try, as you framed it, quote, other side of the menu, which for some people out there, man, what's the other side of the menu? That's sleeping with men. But you said you're being honest about it now. But why did you keep it secret for so long?
Sure. Yeah. Because there was another element to it that it did come with a tremendous amount of extortion. And so at the time I was just like, all right, let's just pay to keep it quiet and just hope it just stays over there, make it go away, just make it go away. And then,
so you were just paying people not to.
Yeah, because they would have had video things or whatever and had stuff over me, so that was kind of held hostage, and that's a bad feeling. But again, that's not what I led with. I just led with, all right, people talked about this and this thing and whatever, and so I just need to be free of that, and then see how the world feels if people know that stuff. Because I've written a story all these years about, oh, geez, if I ever reveal that, then this has to be how I'd be dealt with, how I'd be treated, how they'd feel.
In 2015, Sheen publicly revealed that he was HIV positive.
That was a tremendous relief. That felt like, okay, all right, there's that. Now I can focus on some other things.
That was 10 years ago.
That was 2015. You're right.
So how you feeling now?
I feel pretty good.
Sheen.
All right, let's stop there. No need to plan more. So what are your thoughts on Sheen, Charlie Sheen, that is, talking about sex, his gay sex, drug-fueled life, catching HIV, being okay with it being freeing for him, and nobody really tripped, it seems like after a certain amount of time, nobody really tripped about it. He's probably still rich. He made a lot of money. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I want to say this. Last week we talked about Will Smith destroying his legacy with those weak ass songs and that stupid ass shit that he tried to pull. So if Will Smith destroyed his legacy with those weak ass songs, Charlie Sheen indefinitely obliterated whatever legacy he had with all this shit, all this scandal that came out with him. I think it's strange that Buddy is just like, I don't know, maybe because I'm not in that predicament, but I think it's strange that Buddy is just so open about shit. Like, I don't get it, man. Why the fuck this shit ain't stay in your fucking bedroom? Like, that shit is fucking weird, man. I don't understand. But it makes sense why he's HIV positive. Plus, another thing that he said, it makes me think that he was at the fucking Diddy parties too. Because he talking about they had videotape. All that shit could be very much circular. They all could be in the same fucking thing as being extorted by somebody like that. It ain't too far-fetched. But I just think Charlie Sheen is an estranged dude. I used to love to see him in movies, but man, that motherfucker fell from grace. Like that shit is so fucking strange to me. The way he be acting and how he go about things, it's fucking weird.
You know what? I don't think that it's going to affect his legacy at all. I think that the difference between him and Will Smith is that Will Smith is black, and black people are a lot less forgiving of just anything. I think that Charlie Sheen's life is probably not a surprise to the people who most followed him or most, cared about what he does in life. And I think that they probably mostly white people are just forgiving of what his life has been.
Why do you say white people are forgiving of what his life has been?
Facts. I agree. I was gonna say that.
Because they are, and not just his life. So let's even take the white women in college, for example, the ones that are going and slutting themselves out. They're forgiven for that. Black women don't have the same grace. It's just that I feel like just white people in general are just more forgiving of mistakes, or left turns in life, whereas black people just aren't.
I don't know about that, Kimmy. I think that black people are very forgiving. And I think that black people look for a comeback. I don't think that Charlie Sheen had anything going for him after he came out with the fact that he was HIV positive. Prior to that, he had everything. He had, what was that, 2.5 Men and all of this other shit. And he was making like $2 million per episode and all of this other stuff. And he made a lot of money. He was getting everything. And then after that, nobody, he had nothing going on after that.
Maybe he was focused on his health. I think he still would have been able to get jobs if he wanted them or if he tried hard enough. And like I said, I don't think that anybody was surprised. I don't think he came out and said all these things and people went, what? Sex with men?
Yeah, but it was no surprise at the fact that Jada and Will was living crazy, right? That wasn't a surprise either. Everybody had assumed it. It was rumors for years prior to them actually coming out with it, though.
Right, and they dogged Jada for that.
Well, what? Yeah, because
plenty like the men dogged Jada for putting all her business out there and for being the way that she is, and then dog Will, and then dog Will for sticking it out and not moving around.
Women championed Jada Pinkett for that. But Charlie Sheen hasn't been seen on the big screen since 2001.
Listen. I don't think, when I say that Will Smith is ruining his legacy, it wasn't because of the whole Jada thing for me. It's because of what he's doing now. He's weird now, in my opinion.
And everybody put right back on Jada.
I think that a lot of people felt sympathy for him with the whole Jada thing. And it was like, yo, you on Red Table Talks, fucking up his legacy and all of this stuff. I think now he's fucking up his legacy with the stuff that he got going on. Now, I know that Carrie disagrees with that. She said that on the last time that we talked about it. But, I don't think people was tripping about, when he slapped Chris Rock, I was like, okay, now you really simping. You know what I'm saying? You in simp mode now, for real. But I think that was when people was like, okay, big dog, like you really are looking dumb. When he went on Red Table Talk after the whole thing came out and he looked like he was about to cry, that's when people were like, what the fuck is you doing, Will? And now, he's like, girls. I don't know what the fuck that shit is. So
you remember the song?
Yeah, I did. 100%. That has nothing to do with it being bad.
It was a good song. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all just hate on.
Still remember it.
I mean,
Carrie, what do you love about Will Smith so much? Tell me that.
He's relatable. He's genuine.
No, he's not. There's nothing relatable about Will Smith. There's literally nothing Literally nothing relatable about Will Smith. Nothing. Not one thing is relatable about him.
I don't expect people to be perfect. I think everybody has their own redemption story. I think that there's a lot of things that if people had cameras on a lot of our lives 24/7, everybody would not show up as perfect as they attempt to show up. So I mean, he's a person. He's going to mess up. He's going to get back up. He's accomplished a lot. Everything he does, I'm not going to understand. It's not going to make sense, but that's everybody.
Let's do our best Will Smith impression. Girls, 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 girls.
See?
What the fuck is going on?
That's how Men in Black happened. That's how, what was the other song he came up with? What was the song? The cowboy song. Like a lot of his songs, people probably thought were corny. What was it?
Is it Switch?
You have to sing
You're
it.
probably talking about the.
Is it
rodeo?
Give it to me.
That's another one though. That's another one. That one. But it was one before that. I can't think. It was a while ago. But they stick with you. Those annoying songs that you were like, this is so corny. And next thing you know, you like, girl.
No, Getting Jiggy with it was like that.
Getting Jiggy with it was another one.
Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Nah, 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 nah.
When I was a little kid, you couldn't.
I don't know what kind of spell Will Smith has cast on Carrie, but I'm with it.
Will Smith seems like he would be cool to hang out with. He seems like he would sit and have good conversations. He seems like he just seems
genuine,
chill. Like,
I'm right there with you, Carrie.
Anton, you remember when
I never want to hang with Will Smith, bro.
That's so weird.
You remember when Kid was chopping it up with us?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you remember how weird he was?
Yeah, all them niggas is weird as fuck, bro.
I think Will Smith probably just as strange.
I think he more weird. That's what I'm saying, bro. I have no desire to hang out with these niggas, bro. Like, these niggas is weird to me, bro. And so I don't like.
But some people might think it's weird to say how, to describe their parts as often as you do, but people
I think social media messed it all up, because when you just knew the entertainers for being entertaining, it was fine. But now that they have to talk 24/7, you get to see people's actual personalities. Yeah, you end up not liking it.
I'm just saying, okay, let's
wait. What is me talking about my cock have to do with this?
Do you
think
bro. That if somebody were to describe, I'm not being disingenuous, Mills. Do you think if somebody were to describe you beyond the whole he's successful, he's married, like all the great fantabulous things they can say about you.
Not fantabulous.
Get it into your personality. You don't think somebody could possibly use words like weird, different, unique. You don't think anybody could possibly use those words to describe you?
No.
See? That right there proves that you are.
I am truly the Black American male. I am the Black American male personified.
Last week you were a toxic man. The week before that, you were the closest thing to Jesus. It was you. It was Jesus than you. The week before that.
Yeah, because we are toxic to an extent. And the reason why Black men can afford to be toxic is because a lot of us got good dick.
Okay, so anyway, the point is
no. I'm not saying. Why is Kimmy and Miss Sanchez doing all of this exclamation?
I'm trying to figure out how we ended up back in that circle.
Because listen. This is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all so caught up in my dick. I'm not talking about my dick right now. I'm talking about Black men in general. We are superior in a lot of ways to a lot of other cultures that a lot of people don't want to have a conversation about. Listen. This
Look
is
at
the
what
honest
Emmerich
truth.
just said. Sorry to cut you off, but look at what
I don't know
Emmerich
what he
just
said, but what I'm
said
saying is,
Anton has multiple personalities.
we all do. But this is listen what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Sex can make a relationship toxic. Sex can also keep a relationship when you're in a toxic relationship. Just is what it is.
And when you're not.
What do you mean when you're not?
And when you're not toxic, what does that do?
I think that there's a level of toxicity in all of us. Right here on this panel.
When you're not toxic, sex doesn't keep you.
Thanks for sharing, Anton.
We all have a level of toxicity in us. The only difference, listen, you know what makes me unique? You know what makes me unique is that I'm willing to be honest about like you get to see an inside look on my life.
I disagree. I'm not toxic.
You get to see an inside look on my life. That's the only difference. That's why people fuck with me, is because whether they agree with me or they disagree with me, I identify with a lot of people because they see the way that I talk in them. The way that I talk on the internet is taboo. Let me bring Carrie back up here with her toxic ass. The way that I talk on the internet is taboo, right? But the way that we talk in real life is exactly how a lot of people talk in real life.